What is going on YouTube? As Nick Chiro back with a third video. Every single week we're posting a video. It's my challenge for the rest of this year, and so far I was thinking about not recording a video this week. I really was, but we're here for week 3. I've been working a lot of overtime IRL. The stock market has been horrible, so I thought we'd have some fun and switch it up a bit and make a Las Vegas tier list. I've been to Vegas well over 10 times. I just love going to Vegas. I have so much fun every time I go. I tell all my friends, if you guys follow me on YouTube and you have seen the past vlogs, if you guys see my Instagram posts, I'm sorry for spamming Vegas trips all the time. Chantel gets angry at it for me when I talk about Vegas so much. I just think that Vegas is like the place to go. So today I'm going to be going over my personal tier list for the Las Vegas Strip. I sat here looking far and wide for the best possible tier list, so I think I found the best one possible. So before we get into the video, if you guys are planning on going to Las Vegas, if you guys have been to Las Vegas, if you guys just enjoy Las Vegas, let me know down below which hotel or casino is your favorite when you go to Las Vegas. I've stayed at a bunch. I'm definitely planning on staying on a bunch of the resorts that I haven't stayed at before. And just from what I've seen, I've walked around a lot in Vegas. I've seen a lot. So this is my tier list for now. I hope no one gets butthurt or insulted from my tier list. This is just a for fun video. So before we get into the video, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, it really does help the channel. As well as down below, I have links. The important ones being my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AsNickChiroTV, as well as down below I have links to Robinhood, Webull, and Gemini. By using my referral code, we both get a sign-up bonus for you signing up for the brokerage. If you guys want to get into stock investing, crypto, all that good stuff, links down below. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, now once again, this tier list doesn't have all the hotels and casinos on the Strip. It has most of them. I'm going to plug in the ones that I think is important. If I miss a hotel, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'm going to be straight up and I'm going to be real with you guys. That hotel probably wasn't going to be a hotel that I'm planning on staying at anyway. So if I miss a hotel, apology, sorry, leave in the comments, especially if it's something that I missed that you guys think is really good. I'll definitely give it a look for another time that I'm in Vegas. Okay, but first hotel that I noticed wasn't on the list right away was Resorts World, the newest hotel on the Strip. And I think it's going to surprise you guys. The Resorts World is big. It's massive. There's a lot to do. As far as downsides, I think that the food there is pretty expensive. There's a food court in Resorts World. I've eaten there a few times. The food there is just way too expensive for what you get. You can easily go off Strip and get, for example, all you can eat sushi for like pretty much half the cost you spend for dinner at the food court. Also, as far as location, Resorts World is a little far off the Strip. So if you're planning on going to Resorts World, you have to drive or Uber to go to other hotels. We have been to the Zouk nightclub a few times. The casino is nice. The videos from the hotels, I haven't stayed there because I'm too much of a peasant, but the hotels there look amazing. Some of you guys probably think that Resorts World belongs in the S tier, but I'm actually going to put it in the A tier. I think the hotel is amazing. I think that you would really enjoy your trip there, but for me, I could get my money, I could make more use of my money elsewhere. Okay, next on the list, Caesar's Palace. This one, I think it's going to surprise some of you guys as well, but from personal experience, I'm going to put Caesar's Palace in the B tier. Everybody knows Caesar's Palace, so the place is massive. You got the Forum shops. It's amazing. It's like one of these staple hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, no doubt. But from my personal experience, I stayed there in March. When I checked in, the first thing that I really didn't like was check-in times. Check-in times, that was the longest I've ever waited to check in. It was packed. If you don't have early check-in, you will be standing there for at least an hour, or at least from my experience. I don't know if they're short-staffed that day or what. But I went back there this past summer and it was the same thing. Lines were crazy long at check-in time. So just because of my one experience and what I saw this past summer, I think I'm going to avoid Caesars for a bit. There's a lot of hotels I'd rather try. The walk to the rooms are a little bit far just because the property is so massive. Don't get me wrong, the rooms are nice and you will enjoy your trip. Oh, and make sure to check out the Bacchanal. That place is amazing. I love eating there. The Bacchanal is by far the best buffet on the Strip. Okay, next hotel, MGM Grand. I'm going to actually put this in the C category. And I have valid first-hand personal experience with MGM Grand. I stayed there 2 times. Check-in line definitely was not as long. The only downside is that it is an older hotel. Also, it is far off Strip. So if you're planning on going to other hotels, it is a bit of a walk. It's kind of on its own at the end of the Strip. The hotel isn't too bad if you're planning on going to like T-Mobile Arena, New York, Park MGM. But anything beyond that, the walk does get pretty far. From personal experience, gym's great. Haven't checked out the pool. Heard the pool is great. Lots of food court options. Buffet is a little more affordable. Not the best, but affordable compared to other hotels on the Strip. And actually, I make my own rules. So, I'm actually going to bump up MGM Grand to the B tier. Okay, next hotel, Wynn Resorts, aka Winning Resorts. I'm going to put it straight. You guys already know. Wynn Resorts is S tier. I'm too much of a peasant to go there. That place looks amazing. I want to walk around there. I keep saying that I'm going to walk around there one day, but I haven't gotten to. But this place, it's amazing. You're put in a great location. You can go to Fashion Show Mall. They have their own really high-end fashion shops already next to the hotel. You got the Encore. Pretty much any celebrity that will stay at the Wynn. To me, the Wynn is like one of those hotels that's just out of your budget. But if you could splurge and you don't want to splurge, you go to Wynn. Also, if you guys saw my last video on my stock portfolio review, I do have Wynn stock. Wynn is winning. Okay, next, the Park MGM. I have first-hand experience. If you guys saw my past vlogs, I've been to the Park MGM. I stayed there 3 times now. I really, really enjoy the Park MGM. I think it's a sleeper. I think people disrespect it too much. I'm actually going to put the Park MGM up in the A category. Listen, all right, the rooms are not the biggest rooms ever, but they're clean. They remodeled recently, so everything, the shower, the bathroom seems fresh. It's a non-smoking resort. For me, when I'm breathing in too much secondhand smoke, I get, my throat gets dry, I cough up some mucus. It's not good. So the Park MGM is perfect for me. It's a non-smoke resort. And my favorite thing about it is that everything is just so close to the Park MGM. Like, I feel like the Park MGM is like in the center of Las Vegas. Even the hotel, it's so easy to get from place to place. You check in, the elevators to your room is right there. You wake up, you need a little bit of coffee, Starbucks is right down the elevator. What's awesome too is that from the Park MGM, you can walk right to the Aria. It's connected. You can take the monorail from the Aria to the Bellagio. And also the Park MGM is right across from the T-Mobile Arena. So if you're staying there and you want to watch a game, you don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about traffic. You just walk right across the street to the arena. New York's next door. Planet Hollywood is in walkable distance. If you're on a budget and can't splurge on the highest end hotel, I highly, highly recommend the Park MGM. Okay, next hotel, Planet Hollywood. The nostalgia, it's Hollywood, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put it in the C category. Location's amazing. It's center strip. They have the mall that wraps around the entire hotel. But for me, it's just so central that it attracts too much traffic. Every time I go there, it's hard to walk. The escalators are always broken. There are weirdos handing out weird things on the bridge on the way to Planet Hollywood. I just don't know. Like, I wanted to stay there, and then I walked around there a few times, and I realized I don't really want to stay there anymore. I do think it's pretty cool how they have all the shops at Planet Hollywood, and how you can kind of gamble and go shopping, and everything's all in one. But for me, Planet Hollywood and the Miracle Mile shops are just not enough of a miracle to get me to stay there. Next, the Paris. Mama Nixio loves the Paris. We tried to actually eat the buffet there. I think it was like right after COVID finished in March and things were opening up. I believe the buffet was closed and Mama Nix was a little sad. I don't know. Like the Paris, it's nice. The scenery in there is nice. I feel like the hotel's a little small. Not a hotel I'd really be excited to stay at. So I'll also put it in the C tier. Okay, next up is the Aria. I love the Aria. It is an MGM property. It is slightly higher priced than the Park MGM or the MGM Grand. But the Aria, just my experience there has been nothing short of amazing. I'm putting the Aria in the S tier. I've seen controversial YouTube videos back before I stayed at the Aria about people not having the best experience there, but I think it's great. The patisserie is right downstairs from your elevator, so you can eat 24 hours whenever you want. The gym is amazing. It was a little packed when I went, but the gym is very nice. Pool is nice. The room there is amazing. It's a lot more higher end than your typical MGM property. I do feel like the Aria attracts a little bit of the older crowd just because it is a little more expensive. But if you want to ball out a bit, if you want a relaxing, bougie place for your vacation, I highly recommend the Aria. All right, next up, guys, Mandalay Bay. I don't have first-hand experience. I'm going to be honest. Chantel, she stayed there. This is one that I feel like if I became a family man, I would go to the Mandalay Bay. Mandalay Bay has one of the best pools, very kid-friendly. They have the aquarium. And also, Mandalay Bay is very close to the Allegiant Stadium. So if you're planning on to Allegiant Stadium and you want to Uber from the other end of the strip, say you stay at like Resorts Road and try to go to the Allegiant Stadium, Uber fares are going to be crazy for the football games or performances. So Mandalay Bay is the perfect location. You can just walk, and I'm gonna include the Delano, Mandalay Bay, Delano are kind of next door to each other. You can say either or. Delano doesn't have a casino, but as far as Mandalay Bay goes, Chantel mentioned that you guys walked, right? They just walked from the hotel to Legion Stadium, which is very convenient. You'll save a lot of money, and it's overall a good hotel. The only downside, once again, it's pretty far off from Center Strip. So if you're staying at Mandalay Bay, you're pretty much gonna be stuck at Mandalay Bay for your vacation, which isn't a bad thing. I'm going to put Mandalay Bay in the B tier category. Next up is the Bellagio. Everybody knows the Bellagio fountains. They have the fancy stores. I've been in the Bellagio many times. I haven't stayed at the Bellagio. That will change soon, I promise. Everybody knows. I don't know. I have nothing more to say. Everyone knows what the Bellagio is. We know it's an amazing hotel. Bellagio, putting it in the S tier class. Center Strip. Lots of fancy restaurants, lots of fancy shops. If you're willing to spend a lot of money, you will enjoy your trip. Okay, next up, guys, is the Mirage. I also have first-hand experience with the Mirage. I really enjoyed my Mirage trip, believe it or not. I've heard people say that the Mirage is, it's okay. I actually enjoyed it. You, again, I feel like get a bang for your buck. It's not a very high-end hotel, it's more of like a mid-tier class hotel. But I really enjoyed my stay there. You have snacks. I think that's 24 hours down in the casino. If you get hungry, there's Diablo's Cantina. There's a few other. We tried to eat at this Japanese restaurant. I don't remember the name of it now. It's bothering me, but we couldn't get in. But they have a nice restaurant there. I went during like fall, winter, so I didn't get to check out the pool, but I heard the pool is very, very nice. Did recently get bought up by the Hard Rock, so I am curious to see what happens with that. From what I hear, it's no renovations or change is happening until like next year. I might be going to Vegas one more time this year. I'm not too sure. I'm going to try to make it happen. If I do make it happen, though, I am going to be staying at the Mirage again. I think one of the most convenient things is that it's really close to me and Chantel's favorite spot, Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips, and you can walk to Fashion Show Mall. Rooms are okay, could be better, but overall, I'm going to put the Mirage. I'm not going to put it up with Park MGM level, so I'm going to put it in the B category. Okay, next up, the Strat. I don't know much about the Strat. I know they have that ride. I think it's this one right here where you could sit and dangle over the edge of the building. This hotel is another budget hotel. Pretty far off Strip. If you stay at the Strat, you're staying at the Strat. Not a hotel I would stay at. It honestly isn't. And just because of that, I would much rather stay at Planet or Paris. So I'm going to put Strat in the D category. Okay, guys, here's another one, the Tropicana, another hotel that's pretty far off from the Strip. If you're staying at the Tropicana, I believe you're close to like Excalibur, I think. Personally not one that I am excited for. I'm going to put it also in the D category. Okay, next up is Harrah's. I'm going to be straight up honest. I don't know much about Harrah's. I'm not too excited. I wouldn't really ever stay there. It's another Caesars property. Like, if I'm staying at Caesars properties, it'd probably be Caesars Palace. But Harrah's is Center Strip. Pretty good location. Just not something I would really be excited for. I'm going to put Harrah's in the C category. Okay, next up, guys, Circus. I went to Circus when I was a kid. My family, I don't know why. Why did I go to Vegas when my dad probably or mom wanted to go gamble with my grandparents. I don't know. Anyway, Circus. It is a place for kids, but at the same time, I feel like as the times have moved on, it's just not what it used to be. I remember going there when I turned 21, and the vibe felt different from when I was a kid. They still have the arcade, they still have all of that, but it just felt empty or like run down. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's no F tier. I guess the person who made this list didn't want to trash on certain hotels, but we're gonna put Circus down here. Okay, next up, Cosmopolitan. And what the heck? Travel Rubies? one of these pictures. But we got the Cosmopolitan here. Everybody knows the Cosmopolitan. I don't have to say much about it. I went to the ice rink this past winter. It was amazing. The hotel's amazing. I'm too much of a peasant to stay here. Chantel stayed there before. She knows it's amazing. Center Strip, lots to do. They even have that secret bar. We checked the secret bar. The food there is amazing. Cosmopolitan, easy S tier. Okay, so next up is Ballys, another Caesars property. As I mentioned before, if I were staying at a Caesars property, I would stay at Caesars Palace personally. Ballys it has a pretty good location. Center Strip, just not something that I'm looking for when I'm going on vacation. The plus side about Ballys, like the other hotels mid-strip, is that you can stay at these hotels and then walk over to the higher end hotels and enjoy your trip that way. But for me, I just wouldn't really stay at Ballys, so I'm going to put it in the C category. I could have just typed in Egypt in the search category, and you guys would know what hotel I'm talking about. The Luxor. I've been to the Luxor, one time with my family. This is a while back. And we just, I don't know, it's so far off strip that we just never went back. The hotels do look pretty nice. I believe they renovated some rooms. I also hear that Luxor's haunted, so I don't know if I ever want to stay there. I would kind of want to put the Luxor in between like a C, D, but I'm gonna bump it up to a C just because they have the bodies exhibit, and the hotel's not that bad. I mean, if I thought about staying there, Chantel kind of pulled me off from she told me no, we're not staying there, but I would have actually stayed there. Next up, another nostalgic one, the Excalibur. I wish I could say better about it, man. I really had so much fun going to the Excalibur. We went there when I was 21. We watched the Nights. I saw the Nights show twice. I don't even know if they still do that show, but I liked the Excalibur before, but now that I've seen other hotels, I don't think I'd stay at the Excalibur. Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to put the Excalibur. I want to put it again in, like, if there's like a C, D category, but I'm actually gonna put Excalibur down below in the D category. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't stay in any pretty much of the C, D categories, but the way I grade it is that I would say the Luxor, which is another MGM property, over the Excalibur. So we're gonna have to put the Excalibur in the D category. Sorry, guys. All right, next up we have the Flamingo. Oh, I typed in Flamingo, not Flamingo Hotel, but it's okay. The Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas. It is center strip. You do get a good bang for your buck. As far as from what I've heard, I've been in the casino. It's a good casino, center strip. I'm gonna put the Flamingo in the C category. Okay, next up, guys, is the New York. You guys, it's known for the Statue of Liberty and then the roller coaster. This hotel is right next to Park MGM. I just recently walked into the New York just to check it out because it's been a while. As far as the tier list goes, I'm also going to put it in the C category. I don't think it's as good as the Mirage, but it's still, a good location next to T-Mobile Arena. A little more off center strip since the park is a little closer to center strip. So I'm going to put New York in the C category as well. Another hotel that is just too rich for my blood is the Palazzo and the Venetian. I'm going to grade these two together. Very fancy hotels. My friend, Christian, he stays there all the time. And he talks about it. I want to stay at the Palazzo one day too. I better get a player's card there soon. But yeah, I mean, the Palazzo, very high-end, very fancy. I'm going to put the Palazzo and the Venetian up in the S tier category. Okay, next up, Treasure Island. I personally, straight up, I don't think I would stay at the Treasure Island. But I mean, you can never say never. It's right next to the Mirage, right next to the Fashion Show Mall. Just in my opinion, I would much rather stay at the Mirage if I had to choose between TI and the Mirage. So I'm gonna put Treasure Island down in the C category, and their C category is filling up. Wow, we're getting a lot of C categories. Okay, next up is the Link. You guys know the Link. What's popular with the Link? The Ice Bar. You got the Ferris wheel. I don't know. For me though, the Link is just not a place I'm excited to stay at. I'm gonna put it in the. I want to put it in the C, D, but I'm gonna go C. Okay, so the Cromwell wasn't included in this list as well, but I wanted to add this to my list just because I have personal experience. I did go to Dre's and check out the Neo concert this past summer, which was amazing. The hotel, I was actually impressed. I got dropped at the valet. Casino's really nice, very dark colors, very fancy. I also saw videos in the rooms. The rooms do look very fancy, very dark, rich colors. I would honestly not mind checking out the Cromwell one day. So another Caesars property, I'm gonna put the Cromwell in the B category. I know there's other hotels. We didn't do Signature MGM, Delano, or Vdara, but those I wouldn't really want to consider. Even like the Trump Hotel, those hotels don't have casinos, but they're all nice hotels if you guys are more into that. I just feel like those hotels are more for like business or like people that are trying to stay away from gambling but still want to enjoy Vegas, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I get it. I totally get it. All those hotels are really nice. I mean, as far as grading them, they would probably be somewhere in like the B or C category. Anyway, that is it for tonight's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I try to switch it up a bit, a little different. I had a lot of fun making it. If you guys want more of these tier lists or just more like light fun videos, I'd love to do more of these. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good night. Shoot.